Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chad with CD Shaving. Thank you very much for joining me for today's head shave and today's special holiday of the day. Today is Mardi Gras. Happy Mardi Gras, everybody, or otherwise known as Fat Tuesday. I never really knew why they call it Fat Tuesday. I guess it's the last day where you eat a bunch of fatty food and unhealthy food until the fasting of the Lenten season. So, for more information on that, visit www.google.com. I'm not the History Channel. This is CD Shaving. So, having said that, let's move on to the shave. What are we doing today? We are profiling a soap that's been out for a little while. A&E, Ariana and Evans, Portrait in SoHo. And there it is. Right there. It's got a little bit on the label here. Portrait in SoHo. The soap has been soaking there and getting ready for that. This is kind of a, like all Peter's scents, it's a heavier scent right out of the puck, right off the puck. To me, it's a little bit of a dark floral. Not dark like Dr. John's dark, not like Flowers in the Dark. This isn't lavender. It's just kind of, to me, I get a rose and some woody notes, and it darkens it all down. But, we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. Let's talk about what we're going to do for the rest of the shave. For after this usage of the soap, we are using the Thayer's Witch Hazel in the old JD decanter that I've got on standby. Now, I do not have the matching aftershave for this particular soap, so I went with his other company, the Club Amber Rose. This has amber rose, incense, and tobacco. So I actually smelled it right along with the soap. I thought it matched pretty well. And then the skin's been a little dry today, so we're going to be throwing a little bit of unscented balm on top by the Artisan Soap Shop. This stuff is truly unscented. It doesn't smell like anything to me except for the plastic container that it comes in. Can't lather a soap without a brush, right? Here we go. Here's our brush, synthetic knot. Blue handle here. The name of the artisan who makes the blue handle completely escapes me at the moment, so apologize for that. However, this knot I do know is a first generation Boss knot. Not quite as nice as the second generation, but it's got a good amount of backbone and will do the job. For the razor, Gillette, slim, adjustable. We're putting this bad boy, we're going to go with an 8. Had it on a 9 last time I used it, but we'll stick with an 8. There we are. This has been custom done by North Shore Razors, blue and gray. Razor's not any good if we don't load it up with a blade. Feather blade, for those of you that care, this one's on its 4th use, and then it's going in the trash, pushing that blade a little bit more than I usually do. So we're going to go ahead and load up this soap, get it ready for the shave. In the meantime, take a look at this.
SoHo, a neighborhood in New York City that's famous for its designer boutiques, fancy chain stores, and high-end art galleries. You can typically find vendors on the cobblestone streets selling everything from jewelry to artwork. While visiting a fragrance store in this area, Peter Charkalis fell in love with what he describes as a niche fragrance. According to Peter, this scent is classy, rich, smoky, and gorgeous. It's a variety of powerful elements which are strong and passionate. The scent notes for this soap are rose, cinnamon, and black currant, all blended with incense and patchouli. It's then rounded out with an earthy yet subtle base of amber musk and other wood notes. This offering comes in a 4-ounce plastic container with a screw-top lid and waterproof label. It is currently available at maggardrazors.com for $17.99. There is also a matching aftershave splash that comes in a 100 milliliter bottle for $19.50. And if you really want to round out your shave, feel free to add a little Portrait in SoHo EDP, which can be had at $34.50 for a 30 milliliter bottle. To me, the scent opens up with the rose taking the helm, steering it across a very light hint of incense, as the musk and amber hold hands to round out this eclectic and universal fragrance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I loaded the crap out of this. This is completely loaded up, ready to go. It's got way too much soap in there, but I like to give these things a go, especially when it's the first time I used it, because I really want to be able to check out the scent on it and go from there. So we've rinsed out the puck. That can go away. Take our razor. Let's load up the blade. Always have a towel on standby, not just to dry your hands, but make sure you have one on standby to dry your equipment as well. All right, blade's all loaded up, ready to go. As you can see, it sticks out the side of the razor. Incidentally, I used to have a problem with that. I thought that was kind of a sign of bad quality, in my opinion. I've since changed that. I think it makes it a lot easier to pull the blade out by having those ends stick out there. Since I don't shave with the side of the razor, I don't really worry about cutting myself with it too much. Even though these aren't sharpened, they can be a little sharp. All right, razors aside. Let's throw a little bit of water in the head. Just like with all of Peter's stuff, I found that this soap loaded up just fine right into the brush. Had no issues at all. The scent strength is very, very strong, which I happen to like. I understand that this is not a cologne. This is I'm one of the people that actually pushes that the most. Between aftershaves and soaps, they are not colognes, people. They're not going to last all day long. If you want a cologne, get a cologne. And this one happens to come in that, obviously. However, it is strong enough. In my opinion, this will probably last me a couple of hours at least, which I happen to like. And then afterwards, I kind of get bored of the scent, even if it is something I put on, whether it's a cologne or not. I tend to get bored of it after a couple of hours. And so I'm good with it lasting for that long and then disappearing, because if I really like it, I can just reapply if I want to just keep going. So anyway, having said that, let's throw a little bit of water, a couple of dripples on the brush, and let's get this shave happening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. As you can see, shave has been completed. We are at DOP status, dome of perfection. No nicks, cuts, areas of irritation, smooth as glass. Let's begin the post-shave. Start with the Thayer's Witch Hazel, a couple of squirts on that. There, well, we're letting that kind of absorb. Put that aside. As far as the soap is concerned, I did feel like it definitely maintained the scent strength throughout the shave, which I happen to like, and the scent profile didn't change. Sometimes I've noticed throughout the shaves you have different scent profiles, different scents will come out and disappear, change a little bit throughout the shave. Not the entire profile, just a couple of notes. In this instance, not the case. I'd actually like this soap. It is I'm not a huge floral person, but this is different. I like this as well as his Amber Rose. He does things with certain scent marks that I don't generally like. I'm not a big fan of florals, like I said, but Rose, the way he works his scent profiles with these, usually comes out pretty nice, and I'm pretty happy with them. And this is no different. Although this is basically based off a fragrance that he did encounter, it's still blended quite well, and I like it. So, having said that, yep, that's all dry. Throw a little bit of aftershave on there. Now, this particular aftershave, I like all of Peter's products. I really, truly do. However, this one, for me, definitely, it was one of the first ones that my wife and I picked up together. And when I first smelled this, I thought to myself, I will never wear it, because I didn't think it would work well for me. What you got to remember is there's dry downs, right? So you put on an aftershave, and it's going to have almost a different scent after it dries down. And this does that. The rose kind of fades a little bit. And you start to pick up other notes that are in the profile, which is nice. I really like that. So that's the aftershave there. And then, of course, we have the unscented balm from Artisan Soap Shop, which I tend to not use very much of at all, and I put it on immediately. Now, I'm only doing that because my skin's been extremely dry lately. And although Peter Charkalis' stuff usually does quite well for me in and of itself, I just felt like I needed to throw a little bit of that on. So we got that done. Shaves in the books. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done. Enjoy your Mardi Gras. Enjoy your Fat Tuesday. If you have any questions about this soap or any soaps at all, please leave it in the comments section below. If you've shaved with this soap and you happen to enjoy it, or even if you didn't like it, I'd love to know, so let me know. I'm also available on Instagram and Facebook as well. Please contact me there if you'd like. And if you have any questions about shaving in general, feel free to reach out to me. I'll answer them the best as I can and give you my opinion. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Make sure you knock that bell. That way you get a notification every time we do a new video here at CD Shaving. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. I am Chad. If you have a shave today, have a great shave, have a great rest of the day, and happy Mardi Gras.